Hello guys, my name is David and this is instructional video number 1 out of 2, and this is going to be instructional video about the youth hall, the new youth hall gym sound system, sound video system, pretty much audio visual system. And this is going to be about this rack right here. I'm going to first take a video of me taking this rack apart, just so that you kind of have a rough idea. So I'm gonna do this quickly, all right? So you take the rack by pretty much latching the top, and it's pretty easy. Just take that out, put it aside. You're gonna start by, again, latching. You're gonna start by latching this right here. Same thing on the bottom, and this is the back of the mixer. You're gonna use the same process to put it back up. So I'm not gonna take a video of you putting it back up again. So there are 2 of this kind with a sponge right here. Sorry, there are 2 of this kind with a sponge right here. And you'll be able to identify this will be the front or the back. You can use either or. And the one for the top, the one that goes on the top looks like this with nothing on, no big sponge on this side. So let me take the other side off real quick here. And I hope you can see. And as you can see, the front and the back looks almost the same. The only difference is the sponge for the back has a little holes, and I might have to poke some more holes to allow for cabling. Let's see here, to allow for this cabling right here to be able to fit. So the back looks sort of like that. You can see the hole right there. I might put some more holes. And I might go ahead and put a label right here that's gonna be labeled back and front. I'm not gonna put one for the top because it makes sense at the top. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a video of me plugging in this system to the wall. All right, let me go ahead and set up the camera for that. Thank you. Hello guys, so this is take number 2 for hooking up the back rack. So I'm gonna try to do this one-handed, and let's see how good we do it. So for us to interface this box to the system, which is the panel right here, we will have to plug in a cable, which is this cable right here. Let's get closer. This cable right here that will be sitting right here, we need to interface this cable. Let's try to zoom out a little. We're gonna try to interface this cable to the wall, which is the wall right here. And as you can see, everything has just been pre-labeled for you. So as you can see here, which is coming off, I'm gonna redo it. This is labeled DMX, and of course, it's pretty much common sense at this point. It's pretty matching what you have. This is labeled mixer. There's mixer right there. Make sure it goes on the orientation to fit in. You see there's an Ethernet cable right there, and it faces up. So you plug this in. Do not force anything in. Just feel it until it's loose to go in. You do not need to use any pressure to plug that in. So that's the mixer interface to the front, and there's also internet here coming into this place right here. And like I say, do not use a lot of pressure. You're gonna break the cable. We do not want to break this cable. The other one is labeled video in, and there's video in right there. As I said, I'm gonna ensure that this doesn't come off the cable. I'm gonna put probably some clear tape on it. And this is labeled projector, and you put in, this is called a Bnc cable. So what you do is you feel for, see how this orientation of this connector, and then there's some tips right here. If you look, there's some little pointy things there, and all you have to do is angle this facing that way and goes in, and then you give it a tug on the right side and it locks in, and you can kind of give it a little tug to make sure. So to take it off, you rotate it the left side and pull out. Do not use pressure. So to plug it in is you plug it in and you rotate it like that, and it's gone, it's locked in. So rotate to the right to lock, rotate to the left to unlock and pull out. So plug in and rotate to the right, it's locked. Let's make sure this one is locked as well. And all these others have already been plugged in, including electricity, which is plugged in right here. And that ends as interfacing this rack to the house. And all you have to do is put this guy in position and you're ready to power up. And this right here is called a power conditioner right here, and all you have to do is flip on and everything powers up. Let's go through the gadgets that are here. All right, so now that you've powered up everything, and as you can see, your mixer has powered up. And we're gonna pull down here. The first thing you do once you power that up is power this Blackmagic monitor up. The Blackmagic monitor has a power button which is hidden on the right side of the Blackmagic monitor. On the far right side, there's a little button here. Let's see, let me see if I can turn on a flashlight. Let me pull it out from here. My apologies, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Let me show you where the power button is. That power button is, if my camera can only focus, it's right here, right above the, it's recessed. All right, let me try to find a better way to do this. And as you can see, that's powered up now. And that's the monitor that's going to interface with the projectors. As you can see, the projectors are now on. So you have to turn this monitor on. If you don't turn this monitor on, the projectors are not going to get the signal. That's how the projectors are getting the signal. After you're done with that, you have two cables. This is auxiliary cable right here to just plug in your phone or a computer that's gonna play music, just music. If you need to plug in video, we have this HDMI cable right here. And what we're gonna do is pull this HDMI cable apart. It's a long one, so you can pretty much extend it. And let's say we have a computer here with video, and all we have to do here is plug in this HDMI cable that will be wrapped and put on top of the mixer. Let's see here. So we plug it into the laptop, and immediately you can see here on the Blackmagic Mini Pro camera 2 is where the laptop is at. So I'm gonna play some music on it. So the laptop is playing video, and you can see here on the multi-view that you're getting the feed into the Blackmagic Mini Pro. Now let's get into the Blackmagic Mini Pro real quick. As you can see, camera number 2 is where we have the, you can tell by looking at this multi-view here. Camera number 2 is where we have this local HDMI cable plugged into. Right now there's audio coming through that video. How do we get audio into this system, into the mixer? Okay, we start by camera number 2. Looking at camera number 2 right now, there are several things here, and there is the audio here, which is you have to press on. Right now it's off. Once you press the on the audio, there's on and off. So when you press on number 2, make sure you press on that number, on that channel. It's the number 2, you press on. That powers up the audio. And on the mixer, you toggle onto the layer number 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, the auxiliary layer. That's where you're supposed to see your audio coming through. And it's gonna come through on a channel labeled Mini Pro. All right, so now let's make sure that that's what we're doing. And we're gonna put this, Mini Pro come out of the MV, which is labeled multi-view, and go into program out, so that you have a full screen of your audio that's coming out. And I'm still not getting the audio. Let's ensure that we are good to go on the audio. Okay, see, I disconnected this cable. I didn't know. So again, it's on right here, and put it on program, and you're good to go. Upstairs is going to be here. This is the local channel, HDMI. The video feed coming from upstairs comes from number 1. So when you plug it in on multi-view on number 1, you're going to be able to see that video there. All right, so that's pretty much it with this rack. Again, there's another layer here, another shelf with lighting. This is very simple. All you have to do is press these buttons on the bottom. You don't need to touch anything else. Just press that button and you can see the lights immediately start changing colors. All I'm doing right now is pressing these numbers right here. And each number has been preset with a scene. And you can see here all the lights are now changing colors. So number 1 is pretty much white, full bright. Number 2 is white with a little bit of red and dim. Number 3 is fuchsia color there, mix of red and green, and a lot of blue and green, I believe. And number 6, you start changing colors slowly. That's for worship. Number 7 is, movement that's very quick for praise. And then number 8 is a pre-show. The service is about to start. It just stays on red. And that's pretty much it on the lighting. So when you start up the lights, just start pressing these buttons and you're done. By any chance, if this light is on called auto, make sure it's off, because that's gonna jump to the next scene, and you don't want that because it's gonna interrupt your service. So again, number 1 here is the service. It's going to be labeled. Number 1 is what's going to be coming from upstairs, from the main church. Remember, when you do that and you want to hear what's going on, you have to turn on to get the audio. Like number 2, you have to turn on so that the audio can come out of the auxiliary channel here, and it's labeled Mini Pro. All right, so that's pretty much it. The main volume on the mixer is here. I wouldn't suggest you get past this level right here. Always leave it around there. As we progress right now, I haven't put a lot of stuff in the mixer because I don't know what instruments or where we're going to be at. But once you are on the right side of this console, the bus here represents the monitor. So we have monitors here on number 1. This is a front stage monitor. And the subwoofers are on bus number 8 right here. So again, that you find those on the second layer of the right side of the mixer. You have the monitors on bus 1, subwoofer on bus 8. That's all we have as of right now. And as you can see on the left side of the console, which is the input side of the console, the right side is the output. The left side of the console is the input, everything that's being plugged in. As you can see, as of right now, all that's labeled is number 1 and 2, which is the electric drums, which are right there, and they're already being pre-wired. So number 9 through 16 has not yet been labeled. Your mics are number 17 through 24, and they have already been pre-wired and ready to go. It has already been preset as far configured for drum set, acoustic drum set, and that leaves at number 25 through 32. And that's the end of this video. And the same way I set up the rack is the same way you unplug. You first off start by powering your power and start by pulling these cables back again and pack everything back up. All right, that's video number 1 for the rear mixer system, which is the rack, the big rack that stays in the back. All right, for more information, I'm going to come and do some more training because it's kind of hard to put everything in a video and not make it 1 hour long. All right, so this is the end of video number 1. Stay tuned for video number 2. Thank you.